Well, I'm sure some of you have been wondering whether I've put any of this in writing. Well, I have written 2 books so far on this, and this is the most recent one. It's called The Rise and the Fall of the Universe Cosmos. And you can get this from Amazon if you care to. It goes into much more detail than I've presented here. So far we've been covering the rise of the universe cosmos with the Hebrew cosmos and the Greek cosmos. So I'd like to just comment now on the comparison of these 2 cosmoses. We've talked about the firmament and the sphere of the fixed stars. What do these ideas mean? Both of them mean the sky is solid. So, now, if the sky is solid, that means the creation is in the past. It's been done. So the next phase we're going to be talking about is the fall of the universe cosmos. The fall of the universe cosmos begins with the 4 revolutionaries. I've already mentioned Copernicus, who has exchanged the positions of the sun and the earth and the moon. Earth and moon go together. He also stopped the rotation, the daily rotation of the sky. That's what the Greeks believed, that the sky went all the way around every day. And he put that rotation on the earth. Okay, that's Copernicus. Now, what did Galileo do? Well, Galileo improved the telescope. He discovered the moons of Jupiter, and he also supported Copernicus. And he was put in under house arrest until his death by the Catholic Church. And Kepler discovered that the planets move not in circles but in ellipses, with the sun as one of the foci. And Newton had 3 laws of motion, and he could explain everything within the solar system. But when he was asked about the stars, he said, well, there's no evidence. There's no way that we can argue about the sky because it's just inaccessible to us. But there was an associate of Newton's, Edmund Halley, who found a way to argue about the stars. And what he used to argue about was Hipparchus's star map. Hipparchus had plotted all the positions of 100 stars. Well, those stars were included in Ptolemy's Almagest. So what Halley did was do his own plotting of the stars to see if they agreed with Halley. And most of them did. They were perfect, except for 3. 3 stars were out of place. And he wrote a paper about this. And it's in the Rise and Fall of the Universe Cosmos in the back. You'll find a reference to it. But that is the beginning of the opening of the sky. Edmund Halley. Now, it took 100 years for anyone else to find stars that were out of place. They used parallax. And that's described in the book as well. But what is the significance of opening the sky in terms of creation? Well, at the time, this was not recognized as a theological discovery. But with the later discoveries of geology, biology, we began to see that the universe is still happening. Creation is still happening. So, if we're going to talk about creation, we have to put it within this movement of creation. And the scientists have done a great job of describing the Big Bang and the formation of the stars and the galaxies. And the stars, for example, are made mostly of hydrogen, the simplest element. One proton and one electron. That was the beginning of creation. And so the fall of the universe cosmos, and it's important to note that I've linked universe and cosmos together, and they were joined until Edmund Halley started taking the universe apart, the solid sky apart, and showing that it's not, all the stars are not equally distant. They are spread out. And so that's the fall of the universe cosmos. But it's not the end of cosmos. It's just the disconnection of the two. Cosmos, let's talk about cosmos for a minute. How did these two ideas get linked together, the universe and cosmos? Because originally cosmos was simply a Greek word for order. But cosmos, Pythagoras was the first to link the word cosmos with the universe. Now, who was Pythagoras? Well, you may have heard of the Pythagorean theorem, but many people don't know that Pythagoras was the master of a religious organization. So his linking of cosmos with the universe really raised the word cosmos to the theological order. It now meant the implementation of the divine idea. And that was thought to be the universe. God created the universe. Well, that wasn't exactly right, because the universe is just not a finished thing. So if we remove the word cosmos from the universe and open up the argument about what could cosmos be, what could the divine intent be? So let's talk about creation in terms of, what are the requirements for human participation in creation? Well, if creation is completed in the past, there's no role for humans to participate in creation. There was no discussion of it under the Greeks or the Hebrews.